In this video we're going to talk about Levicki's leadership skills. It's a useful video. It's quite short, as you can see from the bottom right hand side. It's only got 12 slides. But it's very useful because it itemizes desirable characteristics in leadership. Leaders should possess certain qualities, and what this little video does is to itemize these, to bring them out and discuss them. And in that sense it's a very useful video. It's one that you should carefully consider and make your own notes and consider these various attributes that are discussed in the video. Consider them in the context of leadership and have them available for any discussions of leadership. So what Levicki has done here is bring out a lot of what we consider to be almost common sense attributes of leadership, but at the same time has managed to produce these in a way which makes a coherent set of skills that we consider to be important in this context. So make your own notes, pad out your own notes, and do some research into the area. But let's have a look in and see what this list of skills are. Well, as you can see from the slide in front of you, it's quite detailed. There are many different skills listed on the left hand side, and the meanings are discussed on the right hand side. And simply what I'm going to do here is to go through this list in the remaining slides and discuss each of these points. We start with tenacity. Now, tenacity simply means having continual effort applied to achieve a particular outcome. Tenacity means determined to get the outcome, determined to fix the problem or to solve the problem or whatever is confronting the person. They have a tenacious attitude. They are willing to try hard to achieve. They don't give up. Tenacity means not giving up. They are going to continually try until they succeed. So that is seen as one particular skill of good leaders. Next, stamina. According to this typology, stamina is important. The leaders should be able to continually try until they get the outcome. They don't give up again. They're tenacious, as we've just seen, but they also have the stamina, the ability to keep going. Both the mental ability, the mental stamina, and the physical stamina to achieve the outcome. So they are prepared to put the effort in. Long-term wisdom. Well, capable of good forecasting and strategic thinking. We think of leaders as people who are capable of forecasting accurately what's likely to happen. It doesn't mean that they can see the future. It just means that they have a good balanced view of the pros and cons of what may or may not happen, and they're able to make good decisions. They're capable of thinking strategically and able to assess situations very accurately. So we consider them as having long-term wisdom. But they've also got emotional intelligence, which means that capable of explaining the personal motivations of people. Emotional intelligence sometimes could be wrapped up with having feelings about situations. Sometimes when leaders look at the facts of the situation, look at what needs to be done, they have a feeling whether they should go in one direction or the other. The feeling is not necessarily born out of the facts or the situation they find themselves in. It's a feeling they have. It's an emotional feeling. But they're also able to deal with people and understand the people's feelings regarding the situation. So they're able to weigh up factors which are not quantifiable. They're not objective. They're able to read situations, read what people who are involved in the situation feel about it. They're able to feel about the pros and cons of the situation and what's likely to be the outcome. So they have emotional intelligence. That's the term that's used. Judgment about priorities. Well, they're able to critically evaluate and prioritize the issues confronting the business. They're able to critically analyze problems. Look at what's causing the problem, or when a decision has to be made, what factors should be taken into account, what could go wrong, what will mean a good result or a poor result, and then prioritize what needs to be done. Say what needs to go first and what needs to happen next, and in the event of failure, where does the organization go? Does it go back to the start, or can it pick up from a previous stage? Or it's able to prioritize. Good leaders are able to work out what needs to be done. They're able to critically evaluate circumstances and are able to prioritize what needs to be done. Equanimity. Well, it's the capacity to remain calm in the eye of the storm. In other words, equanimity means good leaders don't show a lot of emotion. They're able to coolly and calmly decide what needs to be done and then carry it forward with determination, I should say. They're able to carry it forward and able to lead people. And people get inspired by the fact that they're calm and cool and collected. So equanimity means projecting an air of confidence, of being in control. They're calm. They don't panic. They don't show emotions or confusion. They're in charge of the situation. Character. Well, having values and beliefs that lead to good decisions. They're able to make the right decision. They don't set out to hurt people or to unnecessarily damage organizations or damage people working for them, or they're making decisions that incorporate not just the feelings of those people involved, but their physical well-being as well, and trying to get solutions which will promote the interests of all in terms of working conditions, salaries, remuneration, the quality of the working environment. They're able to make good decisions that can lead people. They're seen as leaders because they can be trusted to make decisions which are fair to all the people involved, fair to the people working in the company, fair to the customers, even fair to the competitors. They're doing the right thing. They have the capacity to inspire fellowship. They have charisma and leadership qualities that inspires others to follow. Having charisma is very difficult to define. Charisma is just simply people trusting and believing in what someone says by virtue of their personality, by virtue of their personal traits. And the leaders are able to stand out from the rest because they have the confidence to project what is the right thing to do. They're able to convince others. They're able to present cogent arguments and cogent points, which brings the rest along. They listen to the points, they understand them, they trust, and they follow. And that's the idea of a good leader. It's someone who's able to inspire fellowship, inspire the workers to take certain courses of action. And there should be care for fellow human beings. Part of the trust that people have in the leader is the fact that they trust the leader to plot out courses for them to follow which are safe, which will bring good results, which will enable them to prosper, to have work, to have a decent living. They trust the leader because the leader has inspired them. And part of that inspiration, the previous point I made to this one, but part of that inspiration is based on the points above: the tenacity, the stamina, the long-term wisdom, the emotional intelligence, judgment and priorities, and equanimity, the character, capacity to inspire fellows. So all of these come to bear that they enable the followers to trust the leader. To trust the leader because the leader has these particular qualities, and they will care for the people who are being led. They're not going to abuse their position. So it's a good list of points, and Levicki brings out quite a lot of interesting points in these, and they're ones which many people can relate to. They can imagine these in the context of a leader, and it's probably a good exercise for you to think about a leader, perhaps a political leader or a company leader, or even a leader who's very popular in sport, in some sporting arena, and look at that person in the context of these points to see if they have tenacity and stamina, if they have got wisdom, and so on, and try to make a list, and you will find that many of these points, ideally all of them, should apply in the context of that person. So we can see that many real life leaders possess these qualities. But that's all I'm going to deal with. I said it was a short video, and it is just 12 slides. So let's leave it at that and say thank you for watching.